Hi, Monique. Hi, Santi.
Hey.
Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the GIVeconomy Dev Call. There's not a lot on the agenda for this week. I think we can just start with a round of intentions and distractions. My intentions are here on the agenda. I think the biggest thing is PFP collection. And then there's just a couple of very small things: notification center, sunsetting Giveth trace, region farms, ending Give drop. And I see that Mitch added on QF or GiveFi. So happy to discuss that as well. I'm not distracted. I will pass it to Amin.
Hello. No, I don't have much agenda than last week. Just yeah, the trace. How we do with trace, and that's it. I pass it to Monique.
Hey everybody, I'm here, staying in the loop, trying to answer the questions, and help. I'm a little bit distracted. I'm not in the good mood. Not get prepared enough for my day started. I was out today.
Did you pass it, Monique?
Yeah, I pass it to Santi.
Thank you, Monique. I didn't hear that. Feeling good, not distracted, and ready to talk about PFP collection and sync with the rest of the topics. And I'll pass it to Mitch.
Yeah, give an update on the PFP collection, and then talk about that last topic since we got a GRIF, QF for GiveFi, and I'll pass it to Amin.
I have gone. I pass it to Churik.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, guys. Nice to see you all. My intention for this call is talk about the give region farm new design, and I'm totally on the agenda and I'm not distracted. I pass it to Monique.
Monique went as well. Let's pass it to Franco.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lauren. Intentions for the call, she's streaming. I'll be streaming the call. And distractions, just having some lunch and doing some other stuff in the background. And I'll pass it to Griff.
Griff. Finding the mute button.
It wouldn't unmute for me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. It still says mute in my corner. Anyway, I'm distracted by Discord being kind of funny. Like, I don't know. Do you see a mute button in my hands? And then my intentions are just to hang out and check in on all the action in the development.
Great. All right, that's everybody. Cool. Let's start with the PFP collection and dive right in. Any updates? I just wanted to check in on, like, is the design done? Is the copy done? Where are we at with the smart contract tests? Do we need to do anything?
As far as I know, the smart contract was being tested. Mitch maybe can update us a little bit on that. And if that's finished, we could move forward with the minting page, start working on the minting page and testing it as soon as we have something to be testful for.
So the design is finished and the copy is written?
The design is finished, the copy is finished, and we are just waiting for Tassin to work on the integrations, but that doesn't interact or is not a blocker for the moving forward of the minting page.
Cool. So are we developing this within the DApp? Like it's going to be, or is it a totally separate page?
It's up to us. I mean, it's going to be developed on the page, but the page can be implemented or added to the app under any subdomain. There is no problem on that.
I think
It should be under the subdomain, right?
Which domain, Mitch, did you mention?
Ours, right? So I mean, it could be pfp.giveth.io or givers.giveth.io. I don't know, whatever you want.
Yeah, I think it should be on our domain, and also Cherry suggested that we implement it in V2.
Okay. Okay.
And while we're waiting for the homepage redesign, like whichever one comes first, would it make sense to throw it in the nav bar? At least until we finish the redesign so that it gets a bit more exposure.
Yeah.
Do you have a guess that's when we want to launch it? So I have a clue that we can do it, these two together.
ETH Denver would be great. That would be amazing because then it's like stuff we can talk about, stuff we can give away. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah, so ETH Denver is like February 25th-ish.
Like a month.
March 2nd is really when. So there's the build-a-thon the week before, which is February 24th, but then March 2nd is the real deadline.
Hey, March 2nd is my birthday, so that's a perfect date.
Santi's version.
Let's have them ready before your birthday, Santi. There you go. And then you can really enjoy it. You don't want to be launching shit on your birthday.
Yeah,
Ask Lauren.
I remember the Lauren's version. It was fun.
All right.
Oh, I don't have the version.
It's a trap. It's a trap. Okay, don't fall for the trap. It's an ego trap. You don't want it.
Okay, maybe we could all right, so let's create, Santi, maybe you can create an issue for this, for developing the mint page and put it in the dApps v2 repo. Do we have also like the responsive versions for the design?
The responsive versions are there on the Figma. They are already there. They've been there for quite a while. All we are waiting from design is the integration.
What do you mean integration?
The profile integration.
Oh, okay. Well, that can come later. So we can start, maybe you can create an issue in the dApps v2 repo for developing this mint page. And then like I see Cherrick nodding. Maybe Cherrick, do you want to build this?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
then tag Cherrick and Monique so that he can see as well.
Okay.
I think we had the issue list. Maybe I can collaborate with you more on this. I think one for overview page.
Yeah, maybe I can DM you, Monique, and we can work together on that. Thank you.
Yeah.
But to have all the opinions over it, one issue for overview, one for changes in the header and footer or homepage, I don't know, and the links, one for the view of the minting page, one for success page, and I don't know about the integration with the other. So they're going to be 4 or 5 issues for user stories.
Yeah.
In the same page.
Just another tangent here. I'm just making some small improvements to the contract. But other than that, I mean, how do you feel about it? I mean, the tests are there. We're testing everything with Foundry.
Yeah, it's we have tested. This week I did some small improvement as Mitch said, and yeah, we have tests on some extent. Actually, I didn't add much to Mitch scenarios, just tested few, for instance, the emitted events, and so yeah, I guess we can go for it, no problem. And we know that there is not much money inside, right? And every time, just a point that everyone can so it's Charlie Griff and Lauren and Sandy that work with smart contract more, that only the owner of the NFT, the NFT contract can claim the collected money, and it only accepts. Am I right, Mitch? It only accepts ERC20 tokens, not ETH.
Yeah.
Right?
And only one ERC20 token at a time. But if we need to, we can change it.
And we don't support ETH as value. And if someone transfers Ethereum to the contract, we cannot claim it.
That we should definitely sort that out so that there's a backup there if someone sends ETH to the contract.
That's a good point, Amin.
Also, if I generally like it to have it so that the transfer of funds can only go to one address, but anyone can call it, because it's really annoying to do these calls from multi-sig.
Yeah, I have it like that, and then Kurt suggested to make it only owner, but like he didn't give me a specific reason why.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I agree with you, it's kind of annoying because then we need a multi-sig transaction to do it,
Yeah. I guess that's best practice, but I think it's kind of annoying. Or maybe there's like
there's an owner, so when you call withdraw, it only goes to the owner. That's how it works, right? So anybody can call it, but it only goes to this owner, right? We can hard code the address, but like that's not great as well.
No, we don't.
No.
Usually you have an owner and a beneficiary.
Okay. Well, the owner in this case will be the Giveth main multi-sig.
Yeah.
So it will be the same person. So, but we'll add in a function for withdrawing ether, just in case.
Cool.
That sounds good. Do we have like a mix that we're working with all these issues, or is it just like we're talking about it? I'm wondering if like maybe we can put more visibility into the work maker collection.
Into which part, Lauren? I'm sorry.
I don't know. Well, I mean, at the very least, we need issues for all of these front end components. But then I don't know if it also makes sense to create an issue like even as a reminder that it's like, okay, add a function for withdrawing ETH.
I mean, I have it in my own little Kanban, but if you want, sure. But
I mean, whatever makes you happy. I don't need you to do more work just for me, but at least okay, yeah, that's cool. Don't worry about it, Mitch. But Santi, if you can coordinate with Monique, like maybe like right after this call or like today, and get those issues up as soon as possible, because if we can get this,
we'll do that. We'll make sure we add everything that's needed on the issue list.
Yeah, in my experience, like a month is a very short period of time. It's like we need to do it now. Like we need to build the front end now if we want this to launch in a month. So like, if you can make the issues ASAP, that would be great.
Right. So if you have time, Monique, we can talk about after the meeting.
Yeah, and I imagine we'll need to do some testing and a soft launch.
Yep. Great. Cool. Okay, cool. So keep an eye out for those issues also, Cherik, and then if you see them pop up, then you can start doing them, which is great. Yay. All right. Anything else on the PFP collection?
I think that we also have to have a gentleman agreement from Cherik about the services, because I think that before we want to create issues, I just asked the front-end devs to take a look at the current repos that have all the codes, and they said that we need the test endpoints for contract and for the backend to start. So if we want to have a kind of rough estimation about that we can make it or not, or the question is how many efforts should we put on it, because we only have Cherik here if you want to manage better. So this is my specific questions that are you sure, Cherik or Amin, that we can deliver? If you have any concerns, please tell it right now.
I didn't see the design because when I see that, when I saw that it's not finished yet, I should check it. But manage it in the front end, and I can ask if I see that there is many things to do. I can ask Alireza, Matthew, and Ramin help me. Don't worry about it. But about the endpoints and the contracts, I should. I mean, because it's my first time. If I want to implement a PF, something for PFP, but there's don't worry. I think it's okay to implement, and we can have it for about 2nd March. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Maybe Mo or Santi, could you put the link to the design in the chat so that Jared can have easy access?
The Figma file?
Yeah. And I can put it also in the Okay. What do you think, Monique? Are you happy?
I just want to send this link to the conversation that we had with Santi before. Let's take a look at it. It's moving the minor repo to Giveth.io, and these are the issues that we have to implement. So we discussed it, and we're thinking that we're blocked. So I myself want to start it sooner. We're thinking that we're a little bit blocked by these things that I posted here. Number 2 is setting up a test backend endpoint and plus test smart. But I think that it's not clear for the Cherik and also Amin about the endpoint. So we need a kind of a small backend or how we want to call the emitter. The implementing the design is on front end is the easiest stuff, but how we can call the emitter and have the responses and integrate it, I think that was the question that Jerry had. And the rest is the suggested issues, the number 3 up number 3.1 up to number 3.6, but I think that the 3.6 is we forget about it. And we have now we have yeah. Sorry.
Do we have any backend for this, or we just working with the smart contract? Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't. You probably need something for this cosmetic stuff, like maybe on a subgraph that checks if they're holding whatever token. That's all I can think about. You'll have to have some sort of queries. But yeah, a lot of it is on IPFS.
Because the contract supports the queries of getMax, has a method to get the list of NFTs and then fetch them one by one by another by one query per token per NFT. So it can be fetched by few calls to Web3. Because the subgraph is migrating to decentralized version, and it's not as easy it was before. I think it's better to rely on just calling the Web3.
Yeah, you can just use Web3 or Ethers and then call it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess, Cherry, you have been invited to the repo that it was not on Giveth, but it was on the Mitch workspace. And that repo also includes the minter. So you can check the codes that and let us know that you need
The Minter, the other one, yeah.
this one.
There's one that was like PFP collection, and that has the pieces of the art in it. So that's why we didn't publish it to Giveth.
Mhm.
But
And
I just
also,
wrote the, go ahead.
yeah, sorry. And also the samples of the PFE meters repos. I think Santi has lots of them, so you can take a look at the structure of the backend of them. Just for information, I mean, I'm pretty sure that we need backend support. We need something, you know, it's not just front end and on-chain, you know. Even for calling the on-chain events, you know, we have to have the backend support. So please consider it in the estimations.
Okay. Tomorrow I will try to run the repo on my system, and I will ask from Mitch about it.
Yeah, and it's better to deploy something on the on Goerli or anywhere.
We could deploy it on Gurley and but I would love to test with other images. I don't even want the images to be on Gurley testnet.
Mitch has a lot of images. I've seen him make buttons. Let's should we make a Mitch NFT?
There's already one up on Goerli that's been tested. It's with ducks. Ducks Unlimited NFTs. Pictures of ducks I took from Google. So that's up, and I've been testing that on Goerli.
Mitch, can you create an script in there? An script or readme on Foundry to deploy the contract? It's easy on Foundry to deploy something. You just need
in
to
JavaScript or
no, it's Foundry by some simple command. You can say that use this gRPC, this network, this private key as a key to deploy, and this contract. It deploys something for you and give you the contract. You can also ask it to please verify it. What?
Let's talk about it later then, because I'll probably have to read a lot of stuff.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Just if you want to prepare something for Cherry, the latest version.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Any more concerns? PFP collection? Moving on.
I that Mo was sharing on the chat for the Figma file, and that's not the version that Mitch changed the copy on. Is there any other version that I'm missing?
Sorry. Go ahead, Mitch.
I didn't get permission to touch that repo at all, so I just made another one on my own, and then I put in the copy there.
Okay. Can you?
I
Can
love
we have that copy so we make sure we work on the same file?
Can we make comments or somebody just or just like make comments and Mo can change it or toss in? Or I could do it.
If that's too much to just comment them on the Figma, maybe you can just share the link and me or Justin, we will just swap the copy with the real version.
I mean, just take it there and just paste it in.
Okay.
From this Because for me to comment everything over again is just seems like a waste of time.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Well, anyway, they're all linked in the notes now anyway. Cool. Okay. Any other concerns? Great. Okay, sounds good. I'm excited about the PFP collection. Notification center. I mean, there was just this one issue, but so Monique, you just need from me the copy for these 3 points, right? So you want me to write?
As we discussed, yeah. And also, if you know, these copies has two, sites. One on the settings page, the users can turn on and off on web and email, and one is on the, the exact copy of the notification that the users get for the support, and it should be a kind of a standard because, for example, if you say that, hey, the project that you boosted lost its verification badge, so it's not useful for us because it's not a standard. Because this event is, we should have a kind of a standard copy that we can deal with both, giving the notification and losing the notification, and also for all the supported, not specifically for boosting. I hope you get you get what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
Sorry about that. It gets some changes, and I have to prepare lots of issues for Mohammed because we changed the way that we provide templates. All the issues on the back end and the front end is assigned to me, and I'm responsible for it, and I have to do it on my weekend.
Okay. So Monique, just to be clear, basically on the settings page, there's going to be like one copy that's like, notify me when a project gets verified or unverified. And then there's going to be copy that's like, the project has been verified and the project has been unverified. So it's like basically like we have like one setting for every 2 notifications that could be sent to the user.
Yes, these 3 events that I wrote to you on the issues in the GitHub. This one has the we can turn them on or off for supported page. And imagine if the users get this notification, as a supporter. So if we take a look at the Figma, there, I can send you issues. I prepared some suggested copies, but I think you shouldn't be change your idea about how you can deal with the user.
Okay, if you want to send me or tag me on the issues, I can take a look at those. Basically, you want me to do that instead of making new copy in this issue, right? Because you already have issues for it.
I have one for setting, and I don't have any for the exact notifications. So I prefer that you have something for me, for this one, 2 sides, settings and the actual notifications. Because I have to provide it for the Muhammad to go forward for it. I prepared something, but it's not, I think it's not good for you to see them. I really don't want to change your mind about the user's perspective. It shouldn't affect your ideas. So let me know what to provide for them.
Okay, so I'll just put it all in this issue here, and then you can tear it apart if you want and close it. Okay, thanks. All right. Giveth trace, sunsetting Giveth trace. Amin, you said you wanted to talk about this. Did you have something like? I know that we were gonna like do something with the server and move it to the local, and that's what we were talking about last week. I'm not sure if you need any support or you have any questions.
No, I don't have anything for you. I asked Yeah, we have migrated the database and we should close the paid service. Just the front end thing to update the UI to everyone. At least can see the menus. If you, for instance, the pop-up can be closed, and I mean the pop-up, I mean the something modal be closed so people can see
Yeah,
what's there.
Ramin is doing it. I there's an issue for it, the splash page issue, and I also said like change the banner, blah blah blah. So he's going to fix that. And you'll be able to like close the splash page and then explore the DApp if you want.
Nice, thank you.
There's also an issue about like changing the copy in our FAQ and about so that it's like Giveth trace. It's no longer like go use Giveth trace, but it's like Giveth trace was sunset in this quarter and blah blah blah. So Suga's working on that as well. Great. Other than those things, are there any other housekeeping things we need to do for ending Giveth trace?
No, I should just switch to local server. I forgot to do it. No,
Okay.
I asked Kai to create a new one, but I didn't.
Okay. Cool. Do I need to? Do you want me to make an issue for that, Amin, or you want to just, or I just leave it with you?
Yeah, please create an issue and assign it to me.
Okay.
Because I'm in the middle of something else and I will finish. I will forget.
Yeah, I know. I know. That happens to me all the time. Great. Okay. Region farms redesign. Chair, you said you had some questions about this.
No, I just want to maybe we can see it again in the session and talk about it. And I just want to know, is it finished and finalized? And can we start it? And also, I have a question about the priority. Can we postpone it to the after of the NFT?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can postpone this to after the NFT. It's like okay as it is right now, but it would be nice like so NFT and then this next.
Yeah.
I think also we need.
We don't have.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah, Mo is here, and I also Tossin was working on this, so I'm not sure if.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm here, but I mean, Tosin didn't feel well, and I am just here instead of him, and I basically don't have the latest information on the Tosin's work, but I try to help as much as I can, and yeah.
I actually Tossin just I just checked my messages as well. He messaged me just not long ago. He said he'll do the responsive version, so I think you don't have to worry about it, Mo. But thank you for coming in to support.
Yeah. Actually, I think I mean, I saw something there for the responsive guys for these Trojan farms. I will try to check that now, but I think he almost done. He's almost done.
Great. Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay. So by the time Tossin is done with the responsive versions, I mean I'll make sure he puts it in the issue chair, but you can anyway deprioritize this after the NFT stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Just about the design, we're gonna separate the stake card and the streams. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just separating. Yeah, like now we're gonna have all the stake cards together, even like so it's like give and then the regen farms, and then they just say like regen farm at the top like this. So we can have them all together, and we should be able to see the regen farms, all of them, regardless of what chain you're connected to. So like right now on the DApp, we have that like this is on the different chain, switch to blah blah blah, you know. So it should have that as well. So it's like you see them all in every view, but like some of them are kind of like grayed out a little. And the same for the regen streams. I made a comment just like for toss in here to like at least show that in the design like what that will look like when you're not connected to the right chain. So yeah, so that's it. But you should be able to see, like, no matter what chain you're connected to, or even if your wallet's not connected, you'll see all of it together with all the any farming staking cards, and then all the streams except for the Giveth stream.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. And then we also still have like the archive, right? So it's like some of them will be like hidden in the archive. Cool. Okay, great. And then the last thing I had on here was just the give drop end, but I think that maybe this is clear. I just assigned it to you, Cherik. It's pretty small. There's just like 2 scenarios. I think you saw it maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me know if you have any questions. And then, so that's all I had. And then Mitch wanted to talk about QF or GiveFi. QF or GiveFi. So, I can just give you an update as well. We had a meeting yesterday with Kevin Owaki and Kevin Olson of Gitcoin, talking about like what basically just like a larger scale, like what would it look if we had more collaboration across these 2 orgs. So I'm working on a forum post about like, yeah, like how our missions will converge and like what possible next steps are. And the one thing that we did talk about doing regarding like an integration with QF is integrating Gitcoin Passport and like running our own QF round, but like a centralized version, where we like just like kind of manually distribute the funds. So it's like we don't have to do a lot of work with like doing the project registry and stuff, but like, yeah, we would need to like make a prettier front end and kind of like have people part of the round and something to do with it. So that's the update on QF. And I know Mitch is wondering about like where are we going to spend our resources. I don't know. I think it is still very much like in the research and let's see what we're going to need phase, and then see if they're going to if we're going to be fighting for people.
Yeah, that's it. Like we have GiveFi that's been on the roadmap for a couple of years now. And so then now this QF thing kind of, well, for me, it comes out of nowhere. So it's like, okay, Glyph wants to build QF, and so are we gonna like beat it off and maybe delay GiveFi a whole year? Because I mean, realistically, this will be a whole year. Just looking at our track record of building stuff. So then, what are we gonna do? Because I mean, they both are probably going to need smart contract. They're both going to need design, front end, back end. It's going to be a whole major feature.
QF should not need smart contract.
Well, it's going to integrate somewhere. It's the QF system is using smart contracts.
No,
we're not going to
registry.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just saying that we're talking about integrating Passport and doing like a centralized QF rather than using their project registry and the decentralized grants contract.
Okay. So not using those contracts.
Yeah, we'll integrate Passport as like a form of civil protection, and then just like do a raise for a matching pool, and then like use their civil protection, and then like I guess like do multi-sig transactions to send the funds to the projects.
Well, my gut is that it sounds easy, but we know that this is going to take up a lot of time and resources. So where do we figure this out? Because I'm frustrated because I'm working on this spec. It looks pretty good. We could like theoretically start building this thing. Like it's at that point, I feel like. So where do we?
I don't see why they block each other. You're saying because of resources.
Probably design. I'm going to say probably more than anything.
I would say the only thing would be design. If we're going to be having delays, it's going to be like design, because we're always like, oh, Jocelyn, help me.
Well, can we get, I hear there's this cool team called General Magic, and they have a few other designers on staff. I mean, is it really that hard to get some more design support? I know that they're not not everyone's full time, and if we need a designer for one of these things, then let's bring on.
Yeah, that's what I was saying like a month ago. It's like Need more designers.
Has anyone asked Marco for designers?
No, because Marco's managing the design team. So I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I
also
Okay.
agree with having more designers.
yeah.
What's that, Mo?
He said he
I,
agrees
I
with
said I also agree with having more designers. I mean, there is lots of work to do, and yeah, and actually, it occurred to me to ask Marco, but I didn't ask him yet.
yeah. I mean, without doing any design work, I could tell that it's like the bottleneck for almost everything. So we need more people somehow.
I think that what we should really just do though is like continue working on both, and then like whichever, like one of them's going to be ready first. It's like if we run into a problem where there's like competition for resources, then it's like okay, we solve that problem at the time. But like right now, I mean, I'm thinking about QF, you're thinking about GiveFi. We're not overlapping too much. Like we're not competing for any resources right now, except kind of like discussion time. But and then like the time will come maybe unless like one is done way sooner than the other and it works out.
Yeah. Well, that's good to clarify that it's not going to use any smart contracts because that's probably where I saw the most conflict.
Yeah, no, that's what Griff was saying, just like QF with old centralized Gitcoin version and integrating Passport. So like I think we'll need like a little bit of like back end, front end, and
Cool. All right. Say we then maybe kick the can down the road.
kick the can.
Tarzan would be so happy. Both and, baby. Both and.
Both
QF,
and.
QF or GiveFi? Both and.
I agree. Like I don't want to drop GiveFi in favor of QF. I think we can just kind of do both. And I think that anyway, the forum post I'm going to work on regarding like how we're going to like balance things with Gitcoin, and I think we should have another like stewards call to talk more about like priorities and bigger vision stuff. So we'll work on doing that as well, just to create more alignment.
Sure. Well, it's good to hear from Mo that he also thinks we need more designers because I think so too.
Poor Mo. Mo, you're a champ, man. Thanks for all you do. Oh.
With like the hand coming out of the water, like drowning. And then the hand comes in and just gives him a high five.
Exactly.
That's drowning. Good job.
Okay, great. Well, that's all I have on the agenda. Are there any other GiveEconomy dev related topics that we should check in on?
Related to this topic of designers, if at some point it's needed, I still have the contact of Ironhack, where they are preparing new UX UI designers, they are preparing new full stack developers, they're preparing data scientists, and I don't remember what the fourth program that they have. They are junior, but they're usually, like in my experience, they are usually really good people. Even if they are junior, most of them they already had some jobs before, and so sometimes they are kind of like changing careers, doing something more like new. So for General Magic or for Giveth, they're juniors, but they can start. Usually, how they start is they do kind of like a project, and then you can see if you can like hire them or not. So
You're gonna want to talk to people who aren't in this call, specifically Heather and Marco.
Cool.
Telling us doesn't help, I'll be honest.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Any other GiveEconomy dev related topics that we should do, or because I would love giving people more time back in their day. Great. Get out of here, you crazy kids. Thanks for a great and efficient call. We'll see you later.
Thank you, Lauren.
I stay. Sorry, I want to stay with Santi.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's
if
Many
anyone
thank you
interested,
all.
they can stay. I mean, I think you're the person who can stay if you have time. I want to have,
I also have
Me?
interest, but I have to go.
yeah,
I will ask you. Don't worry about it.
yeah. I have questions about the backend and the way that we want to go. Sorry,